Supposed Gloves here, and today we are going to be talking about how to get the chords out of the track Lost Boys by Graves and Maazel. Now, here are the chords we are going to extract. It is a single chord progression during the drop that repeats. That's it. That same chord progression repeats. It repeats actually a lot in this song. And so what they do is they get kind of creative and just vary up the timbre and the stuff going on around it. So we're just going to be looking at the chord progression. Now, this is mine, and I gave a little heed to the sound. It's just two saws being unisoned pretty hard, with one being panned more towards the center and has phase randomization with some reverb on W, whatever W stands for. So this is my version. And then what you do is you get a bunch of colors and synthesizers and you drop it in. You get a sound that's way closer to theirs. I just needed a sound that kind of resembled it so I could get the same sort of vibe. So what we're doing here is we are working in the key of G minor. You can tell because first you got to identify your first chord. So you listen to your first chord a couple times. You go, oh, that sounds like a G. And then you sort of experiment and try and get a voicing close to it. And voicing refers to the notes above the lowest tone, your bass note. So here, this is a G minor chord. And so we have G, D, G, A flat. Not A flat, B flat, B flat, D. And so the key of G has two flats, and FL only supports sharps because it's, I personally think it's stupid. I see no reason why we can't have flats here, but whatever. We are working in the key of B flat, but we have to deal with these ridiculous sharps. So we have that now over here. So we're going to have A sharp and D sharp, but that's not the way you should think of it. Okay, so we have that, and now whenever we're moving in a key, and you got to figure out the key first. So we're in G minor, and so we think, oh, there's a pretty good shot. It's in G minor, and it sounds like a minor song. So you figure out the next chord. So you say, oh, well, we have this do-do-do. And so it'd probably be easier to figure out this chord that they move to instead of this passing chord first. So we do that, and we figure out that it is a C minor. And so a C minor 7, actually. And as we see right here, C minor 7. And so we write that down, and then we say, hey, this is from G to C going down is a fourth. If we were going from C to G, it'd be a fifth. We're going down, it's a fourth. So we are in luck because now we have a key to work with. Now we're in G minor for sure because we're staying in a key. So this is the call to the fourth. So now we're pretty solid. So what we do now is we figure out, oh, this chord right here, then this chord sounds similar to this chord. And so it's probably just a different voicing. And it sounds like it's also changed quality. It sounds like or interval actually. It sounds like it's changed to this C minor chord. However, it sounds like it may just be a closer voicing to this. This is my thought process. I'm just telling you out loud like how I'm kind of finagling things. I'm like, ooh, that sounds like an inversion. So for me, I figured out, it's totally G. By the way, I stuck this list up here for you people who just want the list. But I have this G, and I wanted to say the same inversion because I want it to sound like the chord before it. It doesn't sound like the chord itself changed notes. It just sounds like we changed qualities. And we did change notes, but we didn't change our bass note. So I left the G there. And then this is actually a C minor add 6. So you see there's a 6 here. That's the A. And you could actually get rid of it, and it would still flow. But it's just not quite the same. It's not quite as jazzy. You know, it's got, oh yeah. And now I realize that this rhythm is slightly incorrect. They've got more of a smoother, like dun, 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 dun. And I suspect maybe a filter movement or a side chain. So they put it on I actually suspect side chain. So I bet they put it like this, and then they had a kick come in, and that totally just chanks up that's the word, chanks up the beginning. And so it comes in bum 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 bum, so bum boom bum bum bum, you know what I'm saying? It does that. It's not like they wrote the rhythm like that. They might have wrote the rhythm like that, but my money's on sidechain right now. So next up, maybe there's not even a kick there, and this sounds like utter nonsense. Let's check it. Now there's a big boom right on the dun dun dun. Yeah, mine's just the wrong rhythm. It's something along those lines, but you can go ahead and figure that out on your own time. We're looking at the chords mostly. But anyways, that's pretty close to the rhythm. Next, we have a... Now, of course, we're moving. We've already figured out this chord. We figured out C minor. Now we got to ask ourselves, what's the voicing? And the voicing, of course, is the notes on top. So we figure out, oh, it sounds pretty root position-ish. And they've definitely got some bass notes. They have a separate sub, and I don't have a separate sub, but that would greatly enhance the bass line to sound more like theirs. And so it's just C minor. Nothing shocker there. It's just C minor 7. You see the B flat up there. And then we come over here, and we hear a boom, boom, boom. And so I detected maybe a single note. It didn't sound like there was much harmony going on in there right here. You hear that boom, boom. And that one goes from single note to chord. So that's a pretty cool move too. So we went from G and I did a triple fundamental. Oh, I'm thinking sound design. A triple bass tone, triple tonic. Tonic's the one we should say. Triple tonic. So it's a bunch of G's and then it goes boom, boom. And it hops back up to that C minor. And so we go boom, boom to C minor. And then we have this sort of tenuous chord there. And from there, I sort of think, okay, well, what's close to C minor and the key of G minor? That seems like something that typically goes to. And the third is a pretty popular candidate, at least in circular chord progressions, for minor keys. So we like to go to the third. So if we have G minor, we're going to like to go to B flat major because it's the relative major. And so in major keys, the third isn't quite so popular, but in minor keys, very popular chord. But I'm talking about circular chord progressions in classical music. I'm not talking about pop. In pop, that's not true for pop. So we have here a B flat, and it's a B flat major. And then there is another add 6. So you see there's a G in the key of B flat. That would be... It would need to be an A of some kind for it to be a 7, so it's a 6, and that makes this a B flat major add 6. And then it just repeats. And of course, the rhythm goes bum, 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 and that's pretty much that. So that is the chords, and that was my process of going through. Of course, I did some more listening and stuff, but once you have a key figured out, you sort of have a pretty good, you have leverage to figure out the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's that. I hope this was what you wanted. So these are the chords. And now, if you're really quick, I've already explained it, but we can go ahead and make this patch really fast, just as an added bonus. So to make this, you start out with that. It's super freaking loud. And then you turn your unison up, and you move your pitch around. Sound design with Harmor, or Harmor from the ground up, if you want to know about what exactly it is I'm doing. Next, we can mess with our reverb color and turn it on. And then this is panned pretty wide. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on beat. We're going to turn it up to like 4 because we don't need that much. And then turn it down. So we get it in the center and something farther out. So it forms like this sort of shape. And then we're going to phase randomize that way. And you see we get a pretty nice texture to work with. And it sounds like, let's see here. Yeah, it just sounds like really just a lot of detune and stuff. Maybe some layers. But so we have G minor, C minor add 6, which would be this, C minor 7, and then this. Yep. So fun times. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Support me on Patreon, subscribe, and have a blessed day. Signal. Maybe you've never worked in a studio or whatever, and you're just not familiar with some of these. A lot of common mistakes usually happen in gain staging, and so stuff like that. I won't be talking about like, oh, put the mic here to record the guitar, or do these mic setups for drums because they work really well and all those things. I'll do those one day, but not today. So